I actually love teddies, funny enough. And when I was young, I I I used to love teddies a lot. I had some when I was young, but what made me start in particular, it's not just the love of teddy, it's the fact that there was a particular time then that we had a lot of surprise agency coming up. Like it was, most of the times things are like trend. So if there's something in town, everybody wants to do it. So that time it was surprise. Surprise was everywhere. Everybody was doing surprise. And before then, I learned event planning. And because I was already in the field of event planning, but majorly I was dealing with weddings basically. So when surprise came along and people were mainly doing surprises for birthdays and the likes and da da da, I just saw that these people would need teddies. And I felt like, or the reason why I was able to identify that problem was because every single time we want to buy a teddy, like because I like it, I used to buy it a lot. If you're not buying from maybe fairly used, you have to go to the supermarket. There was a time there was only supermarket that said you can't just walk into any shop and see teddy bear. It was mainly supermarket or maybe in the very big markets before you can get it. So I started because I thought that every other person was doing one thing, and I figured that if I'm selling teddy bears to them, is it's a good avenue to key into that. And that was how I started it. And I remember when I started, I had to reach out to a lot of them because I already knew who I wanted to sell to. Somebody else thinking can you can sell teddy bears I want to sell for kids. Like you can say that, oh, that's your target audience. But when I started, I was basically targeting, surprise agency. And when I saw that, oh, these people need this thing, I went for it. So that's how I started. Not 100% from passion. It was more like from finding the problem in the market and trying to solve it.
Can I go? Okay. So my second question is, what was the biggest challenge in the first year that you started this?
So I started during COVID. That's 2019. I started, yes, 2019, 2020. Yeah. Beginning of the year. And when I started my first goods then, it took a long time because it was during lockdown. So they locked it. It was part of the goods that they locked and they didn't release and everybody was at home. So I think my biggest challenge that first year was sourcing for my products, finding where to buy it and sell it. So I was importing, I was trying to bring them in, and then that one came in. So if you remember, COVID year was the year of inflation. Like things, tomorrow you wake up and things has already increased. So it was difficult for me to really scale because by the time my goods came out, it was so expensive to pay. Unlike the price I thought it was going to be. So by the time it came in, it was so expensive. Almost every time things were increasing. It was difficult to put a price to it because by the time you say you want to sell it and buy another one, the price has increased. So I think the basic thing I had in the first year was basically sourcing for my goods, and inflation almost scattered it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. The third one, how did you build trust with customers in Nigeria? Because I felt in Nigeria, like some of us have trust issues due to some experiences we have with some online business also.
Yeah.
So, how do you build trust with them?
Consistency. Nobody will trust you in it, but if they know that one person has bought from, most of the time, sometimes we get, even right now, we get a lot of referrals. Oh, buy from her, Oh, buy from her, I've gotten from her. So basically consistent. You can't gain the trust all at once or all at a time. You have to keep showing up, and then people will know that, okay, there's this person that will always deliver to us, or there's this person that you can bank on, or there's this person that can always deliver. Yeah, so consistency will make them trust you because even till now we still get some people message and say that, oh, how I saw you online, how do I trust you? maybe our lines now are currently different because you can easily say, oh, you can come into our store to verify whatever you want to. But earlier those days, it was just consistency. And from people that I knew, and I was able to, to relate with and tell them, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is who I am, and then showing up, showing my face. I did a lot of showing my face when I started, especially because it's an online space and a lot of people don't know you. So they want to know that, okay, this is the person we're speaking to, and then consistently basically you build the trust over the years. Because if I ask you that, do you know Dangote cement? You say yes. But if I ask you that, do you know, let's say Treasure Cement? You might say that, oh, it's not good, don't use it to build your house because you've not really heard that name. Because you've not really heard that name, and then it's difficult for you to say, oh, let me, even if their product is actually good, it's going to be difficult for you to say that, oh, let's patronize these people. So basically consistent.
Okay. Next one. Ma, what do you think, like, one mistake young entrepreneurs should avoid when it comes to like establishing a business? Like,
Mistake. Well, I'll say mistake is part of it. You cannot basically, there's no general guidebook. There are some things that might be necessary for business A that might not be necessary for business B. Now, it is possible that a walk-in store is good for a business A, and it's also possible that a business B does not need a walk-in store. So there is no general mistake. I would say that we all learn from our mistakes, and sometimes it is the mistake that will make you know the next step to take. But the only thing I would say about avoiding mistake is to understand what you are doing and don't try to copy others. So because A is doing something does not mean that that is what B and C should do, because it might not be good for you. It is just, it's when you understand your journey, you understand what you are doing, you understand that this is what I'm here for, then you know the next thing to do. So just avoid, copying or just looking at somebody and say that, oh, this is what this person did, let me also do that. So
yes, my next one. If someone has a small audience and a little capital, where should they focus first?
sorry, I don't really
Like, if someone has a small audience, that is people,
Small audience,
okay, and little capital, when they want to use and start business, that's where should they focus first?
I get it, but I don't understand. Like, are you saying like starting you have to, starting small now, you have small audience. Everybody started with a small audience. You have to just know that, okay, these people that I have and people that I have, try as much as possible to grow for a bigger audience. But starting little capital, you have said it all, little capital is audience. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's not about you're not supposed to wait. You have the whole world listening to you for you to. So with your little people, you have capital. That's a lot. I was expecting to say you don't have capital, but you have audience. But you have capital, you have audience, you have everything. There's nothing else. So just keep building on whatever you have. And one thing I would say about that is, and one thing I've come to understand is that everybody has the capacity to grow in like each and every one. What you have is enough for you. What you have is enough for you. It is not what you don't have that is stopping you from growing. Because whatever you have, what you have in you, the parents you have, the background you have, the knowledge you have, every single thing that you have is enough for your next step. So it's not what you don't have. What you don't have, that means you don't need it at that particular time to grow. Except when you grow, you get what, we grow daily. Then you get whatever you want to get, and it is also enough for your next step.
Okay. So my last question: what skill has helped you most as an entrepreneur? Is it your negotiation skill or communicative skill?
What skill has helped me the most?
Yes, sir.
I think for me is the fact that I have the ability to see into details, and I have a growth mindset. So the basic thing that I would say that has helped me to do is immediately I identify a problem I'm facing currently, I want to find solution to it. I want to find solution to it immediately. And that alone, as because if you sorry, if I'm doing something currently, the next thing for me is to want to make that thing better. So I think for me that's one strength I know I have that has been able to help me grow a lot.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you for your questions. I hope I was able to answer to my clients.
Yes,
I have 3 questions.
Okay.
My first question is, how long does it take before your business becomes profitable?
How long? It's not a general rule. Some people get their breakthrough in their first year of business. I got funny thing is I actually was able to break even in my early second year of business. Yes. It doesn't work for all. I've done businesses before that, and I've done businesses for years that even after 3 years I did not break even. But this one I was able to break even in my second year of business. In fact, early second year. So it's not a general. You need to understand the products that you're selling. You need to understand the business that you're into. Now let me give you an example. There are 2 people. I studied mathematics in school. My course takes 4 years. Somebody mentioned it. Yes. Your course is going to take 6 years. 7 years. And there's this one that they do after school, that 1 year. 7 years with the outmanship. 7 years. It will take me 4 years to graduate to there. It will take me 7 years to graduate. If there's Nigerian strike, take it roughly 8 to 10 years. That's the truth. So I have an older brother, studied medicine. He's older than me, I think 9 years. He did NYC 1 year before me. Should I take it again? I have an older brother. He studied medicine. He's older than me with 9 years. He did NYC 1 year before me.
8 years extra.
And he was not in school. And he was not in school, he was in school throughout. So it is not, and the funny thing is currently, because I remember then when we used to, you're still in school, and he used to say that the moment I'm done. Like, it's not like they are done with school, but like, he will be able to do so much even after. Currently, he's in the US, and he's doing well for himself to an extent. And looking back at the number of years he spent in school to develop that skill that he's currently using, it's not small. I have another brother between both of us. I finished before him, started work before him, did NYC before him. So it is not about the number of years, it is what you are doing. And it is possible to break even in your first year of business, and the business will still collapse in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So it is not how fast, it is how well. It is not by, I started this business today and in 6 months' time, the business is doing. It is not about that. Most of the time when I still try to, analyze my business, and I still try to do something so that I don't get out of the business. Because if you relax and say that, okay, you have arrived in quotes, the world will leave you. Look at the people that study typewriting. They can't survive in this world. But if they decide that, okay, because I studied typewriting, when the world was moving to computer, they moved. When the world moved from computer to tech, everything is AI now. They will move. If you don't move, the world will leave you. So if it is also possible that, oh, the person that studied typewriting then, is doing so well then, but if you refuse to move as the world is moving, they will still leave you. So it is not how fast. Forget, oh, business A already has this. In fact, it is always advisable not to compare, because your journey is different from the other person's journey. Like, I'm not looking at what you are doing to determine what I will do. I look at what I want to be to determine what I will do. So I remember when I was in school, my mentor used to say something. He said that, what do you want to be in 5 years' time? That thing that you want to be in 5 years' time, what do you think you should be doing now to become that thing that you want to be in 5 years' time? Because that is what will determine what you do now. So what did you say you want to do?
Software engineer.
You want to become a software engineer. If you don't write JAMB now, you cannot become that. Whether you can dream it, you can, we say a lot of motivational talks. So what you want to become, it is what will determine what you are doing now. It's not because everybody is writing JAMB, that's why you should write JAMB. It's not because everybody is going to school, that's why you should go to school. It is what you want to become. It is personal. So I see that, okay, when I started my business, this is what I want to do. That is what is going to determine my location, what I want to sell is going to determine so much. So it is not about how it will be fast. It's not about how many years do you need to do it for. It's how well you are doing it. Because somebody that is planting granite or banana is going to take, I think it's 1 year. I mean, so I think it should be 1 year banana. It's 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm planting it should be 1 year. Coconut is like 3, 4, 5 years.
More than that.
More than that. So if you want to start a coconut business and you come and meet me and you say that, when will I break even? And I say, if you put energy in this 1 year, you sell everything. Am I not lying to you? Because even in the next 1 year, your coconut has not grown. But if you come to me and you tell me that, oh, I want to sell plantain, and I tell you, okay, give or take 1 year, within your 12th year and your 15th year, you should make so amount of money. It's possible. So it's not a general. So it just depends on
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And the second question is, what's your biggest achievement ever? I don't have anything so far.
Well, my biggest achievement. Oh my god. I think my biggest achievement is my dating.
Okay. My third question is, what advice we give to young people that want to enter into entrepreneurship? What are the advice we give to them to?
Now, learning is key. You have to learn. There's time for everything. People will see Mybabesng engine now and think that, oh, I started a teddy bear business and the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, what to do? But nobody is going to see the fact that I learned event planning. I did event planning for 5 years. Yes, I did event planning for 5 years. I will go for an event, they will pay me 3,000. It's not even enough for my TV. But I feel like event planning opened my eyes to a lot of things. It opened my eyes to possibility that I used to go for events that they were spending millions. Like, somebody is doing events that year, like that was like 10 years ago, and they are spending 20 million naira. I'm like, in 1 year, how much did all my family need to make? And then somebody spent that in a day for a wedding. I went for one event, the earlier part of my life, and I was hearing, and they said the decoration was 4 million naira. I don't think there was anybody in my life that time that I did not take. If I say, decoration alone, 4 million naira. It opened my eyes. It made me see the possibility of where I was coming from. I don't come from a very, very poor background. We were average when we were growing. So I did not believe that I was poor when I was growing. If they say that, oh, people that don't have stand up, I won't stand up. So getting there, it was like, that kind of million of like 10 years ago, that's a lot of money. And somebody is sitting for only it was glass. When you enter that hall, you will know that there's money here. It was glass. You know when you enter a place and it was crystals and glass. I was in awe. That day, if I check my Google photos, I'm going to see a picture I snapped that day. I sat down. In fact, I think that was basically my first or second event that I attended. And I wore native. Because normally you're not even supposed to wear native to an event as a coordinator. You wear trousers and wear your round neck. But when I was confused. I was just trying to figure out life. And then everything I did that day was as if I was slow because I was just trying to it took me to another realm that I was not. And getting there, I felt like a child that they put in a candy store and you are just confused. So things like this is happening in this our city, Nigeria. So for me, I would say that as a young person, give yourself to learn. Like, learn a lot of things. If you check my phone, you will see a folder that I saved and I wrote to learn. Even as I now, you have to keep learning. You have to learn. Oh, this thing is coming out. Oh, learn it. This, learn it. So even before I started Mybabesng, I had a lot of skills already. I've learned about communication. I've learned about growing a business. I've learned about, communicate. I did an event one time, and the bride complained to my boss then that I was too sluggish for her. I'm not joking. And if you know me now, okay, let me go back. She complained to the bride that I was too slow, that she doesn't want to see me again. I'm not joking. It did not take me 1 year to be able to be bold to a customer. And currently, I close deals with elderly people. They come to the store and they're even surprised that I'm even young. And even, I'm not old. I close deals with elderly people and I'm surprised of how well I can stand in front of them and speak. It did not take me 1 year. It did not take me 2 years. It did not take me 3 years to even do that. Because even when I started Mybabesng, I've been doing so much that have you seen people on events day, on let's say wedding, and they are the bride of the mother of the bride. They show their parties like this. Most of them look down on ushers. I've done ushering jobs. Most of them look down on ushers. And then they will treat you like you are trash. I'm like, in my house, I'm a princess. What's that people are doing here? Do you get, like, they will look, because I don't know why people do that. And most of them, I cannot fathom why people treat people badly. I cannot imagine, because I'm like, why? Because I came to work as an usher in your events, you treat, I don't know, Sha. But it did not take me 1 year to learn communication. It did not take, before, if you asked me to come and speak like this 10 years ago, I won't speak like this. Definitely. I would definitely not speak like this. So it is not about you have to learn communication finish. When you finish the course, like school, you wait school for 5 years, you're finished. No, you keep learning. You keep learning. Even right now, we still have to learn some things. You still have to learn some communication skills. Some people you type in some way that, and they'll be like, oh, that's rude. You don't mean it rude, but they perceive it rude. You still have to learn, because you cannot even finish learning. As you go, you learn as you go. Be ready to take corrections. Be ready to take back backslash abuse. What's the word now? Backlash. You are ready to, take all those things, absorb it. When that person told my boss, she did not, thankfully, she did not dispose me. She still held on to me. Currently, that bride follows me on Instagram. I'm not joking. And I still see her coming. I still see her coming. Oh, Jimmy, the funny thing, I said, she told her that I was too slow. I was slow because I was young. I started event planning, 16. 16, I was 17. I was just out of school. Immediately, I finished school. That was what I did. I learned to be, when I was learning to be, I just moved to. I've done a lot of things. And then I moved. So it's not a matter of one day. It's not a matter of you have to learn this. I can count. You want me to give you course? I can do it. I can give you communication skills, and I can give you all those things. But you can still know all those things, and things will still fail. Yes, you can still. It's a lot, Yeah. Did I answer your question? What was your question?
Advice to young entrepreneur.
Yeah. So learn. You keep learning. You just have to learn. Just keep learning.
No.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So now I have 2 questions. Okay. Firstly, as a maths graduate, what made you venture into business? Somebody that studied maths.
I'm going to be a lecturer.
Okay.
Yeah, that was why I studied maths.
So what made you change?
I've always been doing business since a long time ago.
Okay.
So when I got to 300 level, I just knew I was not doing that maths. I just knew. I knew I was not. I knew this maths. Let me just finish. But I studied maths because I wanted to be a lecturer. So tomorrow you see me teaching maths. I found my calling. Yeah, basically. I love teaching.
Okay.
I remember, I don't know if you remember, when we were in school, I find maths very, very easy. It comes natural to me. So I don't have to read to know the solution. Just teach us, that's all. Just one example is okay for me. So it comes very natural to me. During exam, if we're having in secondary school, because investing was another dimension. So in the morning like that, what I do was help my friend, like help people, solve, like, Jimmy, explain this one. So that's what I do almost throughout. So math comes easy for me. So I felt that this thing is simple now. Because people used to say that they don't like math. I cannot relate. I don't know how you do. Because I feel like math is easier than every other subject.
Let me tip in quickly. See, she did a competition recently.
Okay.
Right, out of 433 participants, she was number 1 mathematics competition.
Wow.
For the entire Nigeria.
I celebrate you. That is simple. You just have to know the formula. You just have to know one example. If you know one, it's the same application. That's how I saw it. So for me, I was like, this is the only subject that I know like this. It was not like I was doing bad in other subjects. But maths was so easy for me. If you remember, I was further maths. I was the best thing in further maths of all. I think people hated further maths more than maths. I was now the best graduate student in further maths. So it was easy for me. So I felt like, people would say that, find what you are good at, do what you are good at, become what you. That's why I studied maths. So that's the only reason why I studied maths. So I wanted to be a lecturer, and I thought that, okay, since I already know maths, if I study maths, I become a mathematics lecturer. Then from there, 311. I knew that I was not doing maths.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma, if I remember clearly, during the seminar last year, you spoke about how you started your business from your father's house. So I want to ask now, what or who kept you going? Like, what made you keep going to not stop or relent?
Yeah, I didn't want to be broke. I'm actually being very, very honest with you. For me, one thing that kept me going was the fact that, aside from the fact that I didn't want to be broke, I wanted something to work. I have done a lot of things. I felt like I was already disappointing people around me because I can just wake up one morning and say that, I want to start pop-up business. I do that a lot. There was a time I said I want to start selling dresses, and because I'm not good at sewing clothes, I don't know. I didn't learn it. I did not see myself doing it. I did not see myself learning it. But I just found something that, okay, I can still, do away with fashion, maybe to put beads, because I learned beads, and then I just felt like, okay, I can be beading, like I'll give somebody to sew it. I would give somebody to sew it, and I can just put beads and just make it more beautiful. So I bought the material. I gave the dealership, not say it way, I gave up on that dream. So I felt like I was disappointing people around me too much. I didn't learn makeup, but then I could do makeup. I didn't learn gele. I could tie gele. So many things comes natural to me. And there was a lot of things I was doing. I was doing so much. Jack of all trades. I can do bead. I can tie gele. I need to look for some of my old pictures. I was doing a lot. So when I started my Mybabesng, I did not want to disappoint people because I have a very supportive family. I won't lie about that. My dad is the kind of person that can follow me to an event to go and do my ush. If I say it's the event I want to do, he can follow me and be part of the ushers. My mom is very supportive because I remember even when I cannot sponsor you through school. It's not a bad person. Like that was Geneva. At least on Mote around the school. Because that time, they'll tell you that when you finish secondary school, you go to university, you get a job. Like it's like hand in hand. So you should already start making your money immediately you are done with school. And that's how it has always been back then. It's easier to get a job as a graduate. But right now there are so many graduates that will not even get it. So it was easier then. So he had that mentality that come over to Shikon school. Next thing is to get a job, earn a living, and be on your own. So the pressure of the fact that I was getting done with school because I started in my final year, like second semester final year. So the pressure of the fact that I needed to be, you know, I needed to get this thing right and do the right thing. That was so for me, everything that was in my mind was this thing must work. I put a lot of pressure on myself. This thing that I'm doing had to work. So I would go any length. I would go when I mean any length, I don't mean the negative part. So I would go any length and just make my so I remember then midnight I'm responding to chat and I'm telling like I put a lot of energy because I wanted and so for me there was a lot of pressure on the fact that I was done with school. I had to earn a living. This thing has to work. And the fact that people they've seen me finish it. This thing must work so that they will know that at least Jumoke will do something and it's working because I don't know.
Thank you very much, ma. Mindset or strategy helped you to successfully balance different interests while building a thriving business empire? Like, for example, okay, for example, I have a skill like a fashion skill, and like I learned it. Then I do what is it called? I'm into arts to like poetry. That one is just natural. Then I want to learn tech in the future. Each of these things, I do not want to stop doing any of them.
You did not.
I do not want to stop doing any of them. So What mindset or strategy helped you to successfully balance different interests while building a thriving business empire?
So when I was in school, you are in school and you prioritize your business more than your academics, you will fail in your academics. And the time that you would use to do your business, you still be doing your academics. I didn't have extra year, very difficult. I when it's time for school, I school. As much as I used to come home for events, do all those things. Time for read. See, you will read. There's time for everything. So you're in school. What are your priorities? Prioritize it. This is urgent and important. During holidays, I don't know if you read it. There are some people that say they should take book home. So that you read at I don't need to read at home. That's how it works for me. So when I'm at home, I'm strictly with my boss. Then I'm strictly doing my business. I'm strictly doing business. When I am in school, I am in school. So if you do business, your mate are in the exam. Say that it's 2021. At the end of the day, when your mate are already selling chin chin or doing more things, you will be in the exam because whether you like it or not, you do those things. Whether you like it or not, you do those things. So if you decide to do the right thing at the wrong time, you miss it. Now, when it comes to interest, aside from school, when I started my Mybabesng, I was still doing my events. I didn't drop events to do sales. I was doing both. There are some times that I would ditch my business because then I was not, and COVID happened, so there was no event basically. So I was able to focus on. So after the COVID, we started doing small events. I remember there was a time that I could not really focus on my business because I was in the event. I lost some customers. But we are not robots. So if you say that you want to do a lot, it's like packing a lot of things together like this and you want to work on your journey, some will fall off. But you decide to take one or take what your hands can carry, go drop it, come back, take the next one, drop it. You see that you end up packing everything. But you want to do everything at the same time. So it got to a point when I knew that okay, this one might not really give me what I want right now. Let me do it. I quitted and I was not doing it. And I faced this. And when I was doing this, tomorrow I can do events. So don't be surprised. Tomorrow if you see events there. I can decide to sleep people. Because if you decide to do a lot of things, you are humans, whether you like it or not. Some things will laugh. As much as we have the ability to do so much at the same time, if you do everything at once, there's some part of your there were some times when I would not sleep because I was trying to do I was trying to work overnight, then I would not sleep, I'd stay awake, all those things, blah 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 blah. And if I was in school or if I was doing a course then I might not be able to do that. So right now if I decide to go and do a course, I might still be able to live the business because to an extent it can now run on its own. So I can decide to still do that. So prioritize what is urgent, what is important. There are some of us that we can do all things through Christ. We have a lot that we want to do. I just there's so much that I can do this thing now. Is it not this thing? But at the end of the day, you wear out and none of it will go. None of it will go. But if you focus on one or two, this is what I should be doing right now. And I will say it many times, young people, focus on your academics. Yes, you can do other things. You can add, you can, thankfully that, it's easier to do things now. That time, if you want to do assignment, you have to go to books, look for the answer in a lot of textbooks. Now you just ask AI. What's sometimes I wonder how we did school without AI, because right now we just ask AI everything, and you have to go to the library to go and look for the book and go and search before you now see the. Sometimes when we search a lot, we now see that the example that our lecturer used is even in one textbook. Exactly what he wrote is there. So we think that, oh, this one is so intelligent, he just follow and share, is just copy and paste. But you have, if you don't know, if you don't get to that textbook, you would not know. You would not know. So but right now it's easier. It's so much easier to still run all those. You can easily just take your phone and then you learn all the courses finish. But you have to pay people that have connection to get through some courses. But now, go to YouTube. There's nothing you want to learn that is not there. In fact, you can learn skill A to B and start teaching it tomorrow with AI. So there's so much. Like, make sure that you pick something that you are doing. Your academics is very important. Focus on it. Focus on doing well in school, because the fact that you were able to focus in school and do well in school, that same energy you will transfer it in life. So if you are nonchalant in school, you will realize that when you finish, you'll be nonchalant. It's not that it's not that this thing. So you have to know that, okay, your academics is very important to you. This thing that you we can do all things. The Bible that said it knows what we're saying. You can do all things, but it doesn't say you should do all things. You can, but it's not that you should be doing it. Or you can. So tomorrow I can decide to start a tech firm. It's not like I cannot do it. But if you do a tech firm, you do a food business, you do a banking firm, none of it will go. None. But can I do it? Yes. Tomorrow I can start a solar business. I can. I see myself as somebody that can do anything. So if I say that I want to do this thing tomorrow, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it well. Because I'm a sucker of the fact that if you are doing anything, you should do it well. If you cannot do it well, leave it. There's no doing anything. And myself, no, you cannot be with me and I say you should do something. So I will send you out. You cannot be. It's either you do it or you leave it. So if you know that you cannot do it, don't struggle to do it. Just leave me. Just go away from myself. Don't be in my circle and we want to do this thing. And because you say, oh, I don't know how to do it, you cannot go and learn as it. Just go away from myself. Don't stay in my circle. So you need to know that, yes, you see that all those list of things that I attended a program and they were reading his his what's the word? His bio, because
Biography.
yes, and you see the number of people it's man. That man is he has worked he has done everything. Oh, he works with income bank, he did this. One person. Wow. He's like 50 something now. Hey, me, I'm just. You're in your early 20s, I mean.
No.
What? No. We are young adults.
Wow. Like
Teenagers.
Young adults.
I've never reached young adults at teenagers.
wow. Are you serious? Wow. So like still, oh my god. The fact that you have access to information at this early stage. Hey, just the rest assured. Like there's a lot of years for you to still gather a lot of. Don't be in a hurry. No, but to be honest, people are before 20. Wow.
Um, I have a question, and goes to us. What are the working ethics you've developed to make money and remain successful?
Working ethics.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. To make money.
Ma'am.
Abi.
Yes, ma'am. And remain successful. And like maintain the money you've made and multiply it.
Okay. So I will talk about delayed gratification. It's not when you start making money that you start spending money. And before you see me do one thing, I can afford it twice. So by the time people are realizing that, oh, this girl already has a car, I can already buy another car. So when you know when people start making money, or when people start, living a particular lifestyle, they, every other person takes to pay on it, whether you like it or not. It's a common rule. You have to know that. So delayed gratification will make you have gone far before they realize. So in this old place, the last thing I did was my office. Not because I cannot do it first, but because it might not directly make me money. I needed to get the workings, like, because without the office, customer will sleep, right? So it is not about it is not about, I don't know how I'm going to put it, but delayed gratification basically is what would, okay, before I bought my car, I bought a company's car. That's an example. So it is not about, I'm trying to be careful with my words. So it is what will make you, I used to say, I could actually have bought a roller since, but no, that's not the priority that will make me money. If I get this van, it's going to be able to make me more money because our products are big. We spend a lot on transportation. I saw that we stay in Ayobo, most of our goods interstate, we have to send it as an budget. If you want to take Korope or take Marwa, you have to pay a lot. The Shakara, if rain is falling like this, it's always messy. So I bought a van to use to make more money or to make my work easier. That made me more money. In fact, because of that, a lot of people trust us. It's easy for me to just say that, oh, we have this delivery in Lekki, people should go and deliver. We have this, people should go and do this. So it is not, it's what will keep you running or what will keep you, making more money like you asked.
Yes.
Is when you prioritize things right. So you're not saying that you are doing this because you can afford it. You're not saying, I remember a story when I was in school. There was one of my friends, because I was doing business in school, and then he was he said it in Yoruba. So he meant that all your friends or everybody that is doing business is already using an iPhone. Only you. It sounds funny. It was funny. People laughed. It was Jimmy Fair, because everybody knows that Jimmy Fair is doing business. So, and he put it to me, it was just like a joke. And it was like, almost everybody that is doing business like you is using an iPhone, but you are not using an iPhone. Was it that I could not afford an iPhone? They'll give me money, then I saw jewelry. Sometimes I'm always trying to say everything I do. I saw jewelry at some particular time. I'll take my money to buy it. A lot. So, it is not what will make you more money, it's not
Not your wants.
it's not so your want, like it's not what you, it's not the glamorous thing. It's not, it's easy for you to see all this, one big person, let's say Vicky James. She had a baby recently.
Yes.
And she did a lot for her. Easy to see those things and want to, like, oh, I want to do this. But you might not need to do it. Because the stage you are in and the stage she is in are very different levels. So tomorrow if you see that I buy something and what will make you more money is living below. So people think that this is how you are, but they don't even know. See, when I started making money, like when my business started making money for me, you cannot know. You will not know. I was in my father's house for over 3 years. I moved from my father's house to my own space, like I own it. And a lot of people in the house, they don't even know the extent that I have gotten. So by the time they saw that she has this, I passed that. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, ma'am.
So by the time they get to know, or they get to see that this person is already using a car, you can already afford to buy another car. So they are still in that point, and you have moved. That's how to know. Because people just keep wondering. People will just wonder. And they are confused. And they are wondering that, what is this person doing? How is this person doing? Because I think that answers.
That's all. You said the liquid.
When I started my business, it was more like a a vision for me. I used to say that won't be what. It's not a normal business. Hope you know that.
Yes.
It's not. See, today, if you tell somebody, if you go home and say that, tell your mom that you met somebody that sells teddy bear. You know what she will say? She will say, Talona. Yes. So for me, it was not normal. Even if you wanted to sell teddy, at least not only teddy bear. Abi?
Yes.
So it was like I used to say, I say one go one. When I say people laugh, it was like I heard it because let me now tell you this story. Before then, when I was in school, I was with a friend. I shared this at what did I speak to? Okay, okay. And I said I was in school with after doing everything I've done for many years. I saw that this thing is like I'll not be successful. I was with a friend and I cried. Because when I was entering school, I had it in mind. Let me tell you. When I was in school, I was, when you have the knowledge that okay, when you are going to school, you have to make connection, like anything you get out of school is mostly what you use after school. So I was already in my final year. And it was more like this thing does not have, there's something that you'll be doing, you know that this thing not going to suffer with. And I cried that day. I can never forget that. I was in front of my friend and I said, I have failed. Then how did I do 5 years? Because I did pretty good. I said, how did I do 5 years? And I cannot lay my hands on this particular thing that this is what I'm going to do after school. And I'm sure that it's successful. I cried that day. I was intense. I was like, I have failed because when I go now, my daddy will not give me money. After that scenario was when my life changed. I was in, when your heart aches, like you are like, mo de jìyà o. Kì í ṣe pé they will give me money instead of me to live like a big girl. I will pour everything into business. So for me, it was like the blessings of God, and it was like an instruction. Okay, do this. So it is not just about it is not just about starting a business. Oh, I'm not going to lie to you that I started here and no, because it is possible for me to have done another thing and it is not successful. It is very possible, and it is possible for me to put the same effort and it is still not successful. So there are sometimes that you need to go back and what is God even telling you that you should do? what is God even asking you to do? Because again, I did event planning because I felt like, oh, I could plan, I could do one or two, a lot that I will tell you that you should do what is in you is what you should. What is in you? Okay. It's your passion. Your passion. It's your passion. It's your passion that you should follow. It's still your passion. Don't get me wrong. And that was like a turning point because I can still put all this effort. I can still stay awake all night, and it still will not work. So the first question you should be asking yourself is this what God asks you to say? Is this what God even wants? And sometimes you might not get. Sometimes because I feel like if I had studied another course, I might still not be where I am. So that's why I don't see all those things as mistake. They say, the biggest mistake I did was studying maths. No, it's not a mistake. It is God's leading. And one of my prayers is that God should lead me and direct my path. It is a very big, I started praying that prayer very early in my life. And I would say that, God, lead me. If it is not for me, don't let it work. Sometimes that prayer used to work against me. Because when I try some things and it's not working, and I'm feeling bad that this thing is not working. And there are some things that you don't have to try. It will come to you. E.g. getting this place. When I got this place, it was a particular time that I was really low on cash and I just called you. So you see this place. I want it, but let me know because I don't want to do what I cannot not maintain is not the word. I cannot
Have anything to show for it.
continue afford. So I don't want to do what I cannot afford. So I told him, I said, see, it's not like I don't like it. It's not like I don't want it. It's not like it doesn't apply with my vision. I didn't say all those things to him. But I came to myself. And I told him, see, give me one. The other person that you say wants to get it. I told him. And in fact, he is an able man. So you know how, pardon me, and it's not an insult because we learn a lot from people when it comes to business. You know that these people take their business serious. They will not play with you. If you're not ready, move on to the next. And in fact, he has even told us if you're not ready, don't. And he called me again and said, okay, how do you want to do? He said the day that I told him that, before that time, my heart was in pain. I was like, I like this place. Fit into what I want to do. It's big, it's da. I really want it, but I cannot afford it. I'm just going to let it. Immediately I called was one agent. I called and said, see, tell him that. And he called, okay, how do you want? When I said I will not pay before the end of this week, I will not pay. He ended up the payment was split in like a month. It doesn't always happen. There was a place I wanted to get at Yanopaja before I got my barrister. And I had my money. I went with my dad. I went with my dad's friend. It was the three of us. We went to the lawyer's office at Ikeja. We went to tell her that we want to rent this place. And when we got there, I wanted to rent this place. We filled the form. For somebody to come with their father, you know that this person is serious. First off, we filled the form. I went. Next day, I reached out. I say, I did not send account number to pay for this place. Why have you not sent us account number? I said, the landlord said they cannot rent it. I have my money. Oh. Can you see there are two different scenarios? I have my money. I was not a joking buyer. because the lawyer is not here. The lawyer is at Ikeja. We have to go to Ikeja from here to go and see the lawyer. The lawyer now said that when she told the landlord about the space that wanted to rent, the landlord said they cannot rent because they are not sure if I can pay the second year, even if I pay this year. That was it. So why? This is not normal. And is it normal? It's not normal. Somebody brought money and said that I want to buy this bag or I want to start bag business. And you say that okay, the bag is 5K. You say okay, take 5K. I say okay, I don't want to sell to you because if you stock up now, next year I don't want to stock up, so I'm not. Because if I cannot pay second, it should be your own is to collect your property back. Abi, is it not simple? So what's your own? Why are you concerned that I'm not going to pay second? Should be somebody pay first day that you are paying a lot, you are paying agents, you are paying that. So why are you saying that I'm not going to pay second? Sure, you put something in your place that will not allow people to pay. Yes, now. And the federal law said no. So anything that will work again, see, there's a point of prayer because at the point whereby you think that this is the next step, this is what I should be doing next, this is that. I keep saying it is more. That's somebody that can even come. And even if I cannot afford that, you see my daddy decides, my daddy should need to pay for me. Like, he followed me. So why do you know? Immediately she said it, I didn't beg, I didn't drag. I just said it, but that was the last time I that was, you see, that statement was one that needed to skyrocket. That was the point. Immediately I heard that, I just knew that mommy and any land. I just knew. What other, like, what do you think I'm going to pay for second year? Exactly. You don't want me to sell. So there are some things that will happen. And that's why that prayer is good. You pray that, see, let my past. Let me do the right thing at the right time. Let me walk the right place at the right time. Because if you don't, even with the effort, have you not seen some people struggling through things and another person will do it easily? It is not about the communication skills that you have. It is not about the so me, I'm very shy. I don't even have friends. How many friends there? Maybe 2 or 3. In fact, that 2 or 3 we said more. So sometimes you used to threaten me. Okay, you don't call me. I'll. Do you get? It's not even about. Some people say that. Oh no, everybody. No, everybody. The people that. I don't know anybody. I don't even. In fact, if I go to a guy, I'm not saying that those. See, that's why I say that everything that you need is in you. I'm not saying that some people are very outspoken. I'm not outspoken. I'm a very shy person. People don't. Yeah, my circle you might not be. I'm a very shy person. If you put me in a public space, you will not see me greeting everybody. Some people will even say I'm proud. I don't know how to, get to public space and you are doing so much of those things. I don't know how to do them. I don't know how to do those things. For some people, it's that thing that actually will blow them. Well, I don't know how to do it. Yes, am I learning it? Yes, am I doing it small? Yes. But because that's not my first line of action, doesn't mean I will not be successful. Because, see, you are sufficient. Sometimes we wait for things that we don't have before we go to the next level. Sometimes we wait till we enter school before we start doing that thing that we really want to do. Sometimes we wait till, imagine if I was waiting to get married. Imagine if I was waiting to have a child before I start doing this thing. Imagine if I was waiting to leave my father's house. I currently still stay with my father. It's very comfortable for me. I'm saying I live with my parents. Some people would need to leave their parents' house to make it. Whether you like it or not. Some people, their parents' house is the weapon fashion. It's not a, it's true. So it's not that because you met me today, you want to go and replicate what I've done. It is not by that. Your journey is your journey. It is your story. You are the one living your story. It is not that it is so that when you finish school, cry. Manual. There's no manual. It is not a general manual. It is not a general manual that you have to suffer before you make it. If you can leverage on relationship, leverage on it. People that their parents, I went for a summit one time, and the woman was telling us about the fact that her daughter started a business. Her daughter is like 18 or 16, and then she sells for her. She's still, I think 16 or 14, so, but she's still in secondary school. And then her daughter is running a business, her daughter is selling, and in mommy's summit, her daughter has a stand. Some of us know her. So it is not about what somebody has or what somebody did to be successful. It is your journey. It is your story. It is the fact that you want to be successful. It is awesome. So because my friend is telling me, I think the way to success is to or I think the way to this is not. I mentioned the case of my brother that studied medicine. He's doing well in his own. Did he do what I did? No. Did I do what he did? No. It is not a general rule. It is not, oh, what did you do to be successful? No. It's not what I did. It's the fact that you need to see. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the second question.
This January.
Yeah.
7 million likes.
That's consistency. Just
January. I had 17.5.
5 on TikTok.
It was overwhelming. That's not even the first. The first one, it was like 1 million views. I was, when you have done something for years, you've seen people blow. Like, you've seen people have a lot of, and you keep on doing, and nothing. So the first one, I had 1 million views. No, it didn't even enter 1 million till like after the second one. The second one was like 17 point something million hours. And it was in January. After
All right. Thank you so much. I want you to give us your final word. Maybe teach us how to dance.
I don't even know how to dance. I don't know how to dance, but I do those things because we have to do them.
Well, I want you to give your final word to them. So most of them are not writing echo. After now, they are preparing for university. I know you've said a lot, but that's something to round up all you have said so far. And I'm grateful. Listen, everybody, what you just got here, you have to pay. Honestly. And for Jumoke, it's difficult. I know it's very, very difficult to get her to sit down for the number of hours she has been sitting to talk to you. The first time we got to talk to her, go and watch the video on YouTube. You'll find it. It was difficult to have her sit down for that long. Please, one more time, let's appreciate her. So what's the final word? Thank you.
I would say believe in yourself. Believe. Because I knew I can do something and it can work. That's when I put effort. Just believe. See, you see all those people that you celebrate so much, they're humans. They're just, in the past few months I've been opportune to meet so many people. And you just realize that these people are just like you.
It's like I'm realizing.
They're just, there's not special. They don't have special superpower. So believe in yourself. Carry yourself. Know that this thing. See, people that are medical doctors making waves, who are lawyers, engineers, they don't have to believe, pursue through. It's possible to, possible to achieve that thing that you want to. Just when I was a little bit younger, whenever I'm following my dad and I go out and then I see all these buildings, I see especially banks, most banks where they low money. I used to know that I would one day have a business that will carry my name, like a big business that will carry my name. Like, so believe in yourself. Just it's achievable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right, ma. On behalf of me and rest of my JAMB beneficiaries, I want to say a very big thank you for sponsoring us. I want to say thank you so much. Really appreciate them. Don't take it for granted. And I want to believe that yes, we are going to be the person you want us to be. Like we too. You take after your step, man. And the Lord grants my Mybabesng favor
Amen.
from height to height now. And where also we are dreaming to be in the next 5 years will be there in Jesus' name. Thank you so much, man. Don't take it for granted.
Thank you.
We will take a picture now and thank you so much.
Thanks so much, ma, for your time.
I just want to say something. So listening to you has really inspired me, and because yesterday I went through your page on TikTok and I saw a lot on Facebook and TikTok actually. I saw you have
the party
over
when dancing.
I saw yes, I saw the part. I saw that you have over 1 million likes and you have like your business has gotten to a lot of people. It has brought joy and happiness to a lot of people. So I just want to say that on behalf of those people, I just want to say thank you for not giving up on your passion. And in few months' time, I want to see that Mybabesng has a very big plaza in 10 years. So thank you so much and keep on the good work.
One thing I want that to
I want to add
out
something.
to down.
Do you know that the first time my content review was in January? Wow. Of getting money. Nothing concern you with investment.
Ma.
I'm honest with you. See, ask me that the money I saved in school, is it what I'm using? No. The knowledge I got in school, is it what I'm using? Yes. You are not in your phase of investing. No. You are in your phase of knowledge. Get all the knowledge. Let them know that if they call so and so, she moves. If I call so and so, see, if you develop your brain to a particular extent whereby you can absorb a lot of knowledge, you will stand in a lot of places that you will not be. Because if I need somebody to tell me about, okay, let me use this example. If I say that, you for example, come and drive my car. Can you drive it?
No.
Do you know where the brake is?
Yes.
But like you don't know so many things. If I open the bonnet, you know radiator, you don't know. Doesn't mean that you cannot know.
No.
Doesn't mean that because you don't know this thing, she's a fool.
No.
It doesn't mean that. It's because she has not acquired that knowledge. So you are the phase whereby you can acquire all the knowledge that you can just be getting. How to learn AI skills, how to learn how to do video editing, how to learn this. Just be learning. Because what you know is what will pay you. People pay for video editing, Abi. If I want to do videos, I want to edit it but in some certain way, and I cannot do it, am I going to call you to come and do it for me? So if I not call you, am I going to pay you to do it for me? But somebody that has the knowledge, what am I going to do? I'm going to pay the person to do that thing. So a medical doctor, am I going to call you that there's one of my sisters that wants to, she's pregnant and come and perform the delivery? Am I going to call you to do that? No. Why? Does it mean that you cannot do it? You don't have the knowledge. You don't know how to do it. But can you later do it? Yes, when you get the knowledge. So the difference between the person that they will pay millions of dollars in future is what they know. I saw a video recently and I said, before you can leverage on the facts of people you know. There was a time like that. If you know, with connection, you can get any job.
Yeah.
You don't know that the world has shifted now. It's no longer who you know, it's what you know. There was a time that it was who you know. So if your father is the president of the country, he can easily fix you in some places. But okay, let's say your father is the president of the country and then it fix you somewhere and you cannot perform. Will they leave you? They won't leave you. They will send you away. They will send you away. If you use connection to go up, let's say somebody dragged you up and then you are able, it's the knowledge that you have that will make you stay there. Even in the workplace, there are some people that you will be praying that they should leave your company because of, even if they find their way and they entered, you will pray. And there are some people that, see, there's someone I know that even when she's not around, it is because of a particular knowledge or a particular skills that she's not paying me. She's not giving me money. But she has some knowledge and skills that will make me miss her when she's not around or when she's in school. So you see, the only thing you should focus on right now is learning. You don't have any business in it. If you find the opportunities to buy that, okay. For investment, you're not in the stage of investing. When your knowledge starts paying you, that's when you will now start thinking of investing. And this is not even a matter of age. So if at 20 your knowledge is already paying you, you can already invest. So it's not the fact that because you are young, that's why you cannot do something. Don't get me wrong. It's not age. But until you have developed yourself, some people say that they are saving for rainy days. I'm not saying you should not save because in fact I'm even an aggressive saver. Even when I was in school. Save. But you see that savings is not what will blow you. It's not the money I saved in school that I used to start my business. It's the knowledge I got. So your own business is getting it. You get all the knowledge, learn everything. Enter, when you imagine you're in 100 level and then you are helping somebody in 400 level do so many things. Will they not pay you? They will pay you. Look at what she's doing, it's paying her, right? You will get people. Can you do it? No. You can't do it. So if now there is the money, but there is what you cannot do. So can you do another thing? Yes, let that thing then pay you. So it is what you know. That's the difference between me and the next person said. What I know. So because I have some information, that is why I can say that okay, I want to do this business. In doing that business, is the information that I have that will make business A more successful than business B. All you need now is knowledge. See, hold your book, read your book. Read your book, oh. Let anybody tell you that school is scam. Yes, you might not necessarily practice what you studied, but school is not scam. It is a means. It's like entering a bus to a particular destination.
So the song is value first and before money.
Questions? Yeah.
You just find it. When it's time for you to invest,
Okay, now, so I don't have a question, but